Vision.
And welcome back to the Neglected Vision podcast.
Bro looked like he just woke up.
I didn't know I was doing the intro.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. And someone sent us some art this week. Keelana Hofstetter sent us some of her work, so we're gonna show some of those on the video and talk about some of them, like we said we would. So we'll go ahead and start with this one right here.
Yeah, that's dope.
That was pretty crazy. That's got to be deep as fuck.
First, I want to preface this with I like it. It's kind of like some Gorillaz style artwork. It's pretty dope. And I mean, if I was to try to interpret this, I guess I would say it's like somebody being controlled and strangled by their appearance. Kind of that's what I'm getting from this.
Richie, you got something? You want to talk about that one at all? It's wild.
Yeah,
it's absolutely wild.
Yo. Yeah, it looks crazy. But yeah, like Jason was saying, it does have a deeper meaning. But I think more of just like an exterior feel. I think it's just a materialistic kind of thing as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to attempt to say what it means, but I'm basically on the same board as y'all, but it is crazy. Show that real quick.
Yeah, I definitely think that's... Let's face
Yeah.
I definitely think that is something like being strangled by an image that you have of yourself, or like maybe the image that other people give you, and you just being strangled and held to that standard.
Yeah.
Ooh, big facts.
Because if you notice that the face in the mirror has a different expression than the one on the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Keelana is from here in Fleming Island, actually. So she's local, very local. And then we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. The one I really like. This is probably my favorite right here. It looks like there's a lot less going on in terms of symbolism, but I mean I could be wrong because it's not my art. So, but it's my favorite. The red-haired lady.
Yeah, that is fire. I fuck with it. I'm just a fan of eyes, so yeah, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Being like all surrounded and tangled through the hair. That's just hard.
It is kind of wild.
Yeah,
All eyes on me.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
This is some crazy stuff. And there's that Gorillaz, just to reference.
Yeah, that's dope,
We'll
bro.
put that up for a couple seconds. We'll just talk about it a
That's
little bit.
dope.
Yeah,
That's
I like
dope.
the Gorillas, so I really appreciate this art style because I like the Gorillas.
The
Yeah.
Gorillaz are dope.
And
I'm not hip.
And then moving on. Oh, this last one. I really like this last one. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that is like...
Like, there's a lot going on here with like you see the newsreels and stuff like that. And then like, it looks like a magazine type shit right there.
Yeah, would you consider that being controlled by media or trying to
Bro, I'm not.
perpetuate media?
I ain't gonna try, bro. I mean, I can literally just hit her up and be like, "Yo, what is this?" And
'Cause it
she'll tell me. But
It looks like
Art-
there's a lot of hypnosis
Art
vibe.
is like, I don't know, subjective, bro.
It could also be, well, yeah, like when I looked at it, I was like what Christian was saying, controlling the media. You know how like there's 5 companies across like the entire cable listing, like they're like all like branched out. So yeah, it could be just like one person running everything, type shit.
Because
Yeah, bro.
there's like that pattern in the back that you see when they do like hypnosis.
Yeah. And then there's a snake coming out of the TV.
that looks like an eel.
She's gonna hit us up and be like, "Yeah, I just felt abstract."
It is an eel.
Yeah, it
And then
didn't
if you look in the eyes of the gas mask, it's like the
Oh yeah, the gas mask. I like that. Oh, it's like the TV.
Yeah, I don't
and
know if y'all
eyes
seen
of
the
gas mask.
Incredibles, and the Incredibles 2, but they have a villain in there called the Screensaver.
Oh, that's right.
Or
Yeah.
Screenslaver or whatever
Yeah.
the hell his name is, but that's basically what I got from it.
And then she's got the what is that called?
Megaphone.
Megaphone. Yeah, I was gonna say air horn, and I knew that was wrong.
See, I asked
She got the
for-
megaphone in her hand, like I don't know, man. That's dope.
Yeah, man. It almost looks 3D from this angle, actually.
It
I-
kind of does.
Yeah, I asked for art, right? And I was expecting like pictures of like lakes and stuff. And then now I feel like I'm in college about to write a paper on one of these pieces. Like this shit is mad deep as far as I know.
Yeah, I was definitely anticipating oh yeah, that's cool art.
Yeah, not like whoa, I really have to think about what I'm looking at.
Yo, I definitely want people to like let us know what they think about it too. Like if you have an interpretation of what you think any of this stuff means, like let's talk about it, bro. Leave it in the comments or whatever. That's dope.
Yeah. Also, last episode we ended on a note saying we would have a female guest. Yeah, she capped, but it's all good. So sorry about that. I know we kind of left it.
Brandon is the beef king, bro.
Well, we said
Where to meet at?
Yo, for real.
we said it would be like a deep episode and we'd be able to get a female perspective. And I thought it would be cool, but life happens, so it is what it is.
It's all good. I mean, we have plenty of podcasts to get a female perspective in here, so
Anybody else? No, I'm just playing.
we'll have one. We'll have one soon for y'all, man. I mean, we always have Brandon, so. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, buddy.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and shift. Thank you, Keelana, for sending that art in.
Hey, shout out to you.
Yes, for real. That's dope. Very talented, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Way higher, or on a much higher level than I thought it would be. We're going to go ahead and jump into the questions that we were sent this week.
By all of our fans, because we're going platinum now.
All right. Some of them aren't quick answers, but I still think they're good questions. I'm going to save the funny one for a little bit later. Anyways, if you could change one thing regardless of the butterfly effect, if you can go back in time and change one thing regardless of the butterfly effect, what would it be? Richie, go ahead.
Oh, I think I need time.
All right, go ahead, Jason.
I wouldn't change nothing, bro.
Ooh, deep ass boy. I'm so salt.
Bro, like, but for real though, like everything that happened in my life grew me into the person I am, and
Doesn't have to be you, bro. You could stop anything.
bro, I mean, nah, bro, I'm not gonna stop nothing, bro. Like that's not my job.
You know, that's a
I got it.
that's not a bad answer. I respect it.
Bro, I mean, at the end of the
It's gonna
day,
happen again.
right? Like, all right, let's say I stop something from happening that, like, some sort of corruption. Anytime a human being is in power or something, it's gonna be corrupt. You can't give somebody power. So that's really the only thing I would stop is certain people being in power because they did certain things that I don't agree with. But whether that person does it or another person does it, it's gonna happen regardless. So it's like nothing I could go back and change is really gonna affect the future regardless.
Go ahead, Richie.
One thing I'm changing for certain is Carmelo Anthony makes that layup in Game 6 of the semifinals of the playoffs instead of getting blocked by Roy Hibbert. That is all.
How would you change that?
He fucking up and unders instead of getting blocked.
Yeah, that was a bad business decision.
That was a terrible. I mean, it was a good business decision. It's just Roy Hibbert decided to be a 99 overall for one series.
For one play, what do you mean?
For real, I was heartbroken, bro. But yeah, move on.
I can't like Jason was saying. I mean, at the end of the day, everything happened for a reason.
Not that. That shit happened strictly for Richie's feelings.
That's a reason.
What if
You got to be broken before you can.
what if you could go back to the rooftop for King Cat?
I don't know. I don't think I would stop any particular death. Like I wouldn't.
I think this question was too deep.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You made it deep with that one.
No,
You
I don't
did.
think so.
You low-key did make it deep with that
Oh, my
one.
bad. All right, whatever. Christian, you got anything? I
No.
can't think of anything.
You can't think of anything?
That question was wild.
All right, I'm going to answer, and then we're going to roll right back to you. I would probably change my first 2 years of college, because that really jacked me up.
Fuck. I guess okay. I wasn't thinking on a personal level. I was thinking too.
anything.
Go ahead, bro.
I am, because I mean, like Jason said, what if I stop Hitler? Like, then what? It's just gonna happen again, but now it's gonna be more advanced.
All right, bro. I actually have a funny story.
I'm not gonna answer, but I got a funny story.
No, it is the answer.
Ultimate dodge.
No.
I'm just messing with you.
Brandon is the king of segues.
All right, so in realistically, 3rd through 5th grade, there was this girl, and I won't name drop. I doubt she'll see this anymore. I almost daily, bro. Almost daily asked her out. But I'm like, it's like 5th grade, so it doesn't mean anything, but still. And then,
This is why Brandon doesn't believe in love.
Bro, I know the name.
do you really?
I remember this. I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about.
Here, can you whisper in my ear real quick, just so I know?
Pause.
Oh yeah, they love doing
bro.
that.
Yeah. Nah, if I could change anything, I'd go back and be like, hey, relax, man. Not worth it. You're good.
Nut before you tweet.
Nut before you. All right. Next big thing. Next question. You meet anyone for 5 minutes, dead or alive, who you want to talk to?
Definitely capital C's.
Come back to me.
Diogenes the Cynic from ancient Greece.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like that, like Aristotle or something.
So say it.
All right, yeah, Aristotle. But if we're not going that way, I choose Mac. Honestly.
Mac Miller?
Yeah.
I bet he'd be. Well, that's like, I'd rather hang out. I don't want to talk to him for 5 minutes. I'd rather hang out with someone like Mac Miller.
I mean, that 5 minutes
They're
can
gonna
turn
hate
into
my
someone
answer.
hanging out.
We're about to hate his answer.
Jesus.
Yeah, he is. Jesus.
I was thinking of it. I'm like, yo, Jesus would be fired.
Yeah, dope, for real, bro.
I didn't know if we would. I didn't know if we should say it, but yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Honestly.
Bro,
that'd be the
Diogenes.
ultimate knowledge.
Quick fun fact: Diogenes Cynic walked into a rich guy's house and spit in the guy's face, and the guy was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Well, everything else in here is way too nice to spit on."
Yeah, he would have died in about 5 minutes in Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville.
There was a message to that, but anyways.
He said there was a message.
He ain't
To
gonna have enough time to get that message out.
All right, bro.
this Fody got a message.
So you next question. Next question. You write a book, okay? What's it about? And what does that say about you?
We'll start from this end this time.
Let's start with you, the person that asked the question.
Bro, we go in a circle. Respect the circle.
Yeah, it's a circle.
All right, dodging ass boy.
You're right.
If I wrote a
The
book,
king of dodges.
if I wrote a book, I think it would be on the psychological effects of nostalgia. I would obviously have to do a lot of research, but I'm very big on nostalgia, and I know it's just a false sense of happiness, or like a false reminder that things were better than they really were. But I think I'd want to discuss that, and I'm still a fan of nostalgia, realizing that it's not a real thing, like a real feeling. Okay.
I don't know, bro. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, these are not quick questions like they were last night. This is not do you crumble or fold your toilet paper?
And that turned into a 13
Oh, by the way,
combo.
answer that real quick for me.
Crumble.
Yes.
Y'all are wild.
Yes.
Bro, I'm just saying I'm not finna take the time to. I'm finna get in there, whop, whoop,
It's too.
get out of there.
Wop whoop, boy.
Wop whoop,
Wop,
fucking
whoop.
shit on your ass hair.
But do you use baby wipes afterwards, bro? Like,
If I got them, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? They're not always available.
facts, but-
But you act like I can't get in the crevices with a crumble, bro. We're not getting into that. All right.
Crevices with a
Bro, what do you write?
I can get in the crevices with the crumble. I'm probably writing about how I crumble toilet paper. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, bro. I'd probably write about like just life in general and how to deal with it and how I personally deal with it and see if I could help another person to deal with it. I mean, I'm not gonna go in on some crazy topic that I don't know anything about. So
I got mine. I think I would I would want to write a biography on ODB.
What does that say about you?
That I am very interested in Wu-Tang, and that's it. and Wu-Tang.
I was
Wu-Tang.
hoping he was going to
and Wu-Tang.
Alright,
And
bro.
Wu-Tang. And ODB is low-key, like, top 3.
We got 2 more questions, but I think one of them is going to lead more into our conversation for the day. But so I'll go ahead and just say this wild ass question that had to be on here. Sent to us by Lauren. I had to name drop for this question. Would you rather walk in on your parents having sex or your children having sex? Y'all need Jesus.
That's crazy.
How old am I?
You're okay. Let's say you're
Old enough to have children, obviously.
Let's say you're 45.
To an adult.
But you're not going to be 22 and adopt a 15-year-old, bro.
Facts.
No. All right. This question right here is gonna determine my answer. Are my kids grown or are they like still living in my house?
First of all, that was the creepiest thing you could have said, bro. I'm sorry.
Why is that creepy?
What do you mean?
Are my kids like grown? Like, are they grown people? Like, am I like old and they're like grown? And...
Oh, I see what you're saying. I totally misunderstood.
Yeah.
My
You have a
bad.
sick mind.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what you think about, bro.
All right, bro. I think we're reading too deep into this question. Let's just hurry up and say what the answer.
No, I need to know the answer to that
Okay,
question.
I-
Are my kids adults or are they kids?
No, they're fucking like 16.
All right, then I'm gonna say parents because if I walked in on my kids and if it's a daughter, I'm probably gonna kill that dude. So
Okay. Go ahead, Richie. Answer this wild ass question. Fuck y'all for these questions.
If the kids are a teenager, yeah, I'm not trying to see some teenagers get it going. So
Well, I
I'll
said
go-
these questions, but I meant this one specifically.
But I'll
Go
go ahead and I'll go with walking in on the parents.
on. Parents.
Jesus Christ.
This is a fucked up question.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. I would say parents, but I low key almost wanted to say kids, just
Like,
because,
yeah, I did
because I can
too.
kick them out. Like I kick one out. I can't kick my parents out. Like
What do we?
But what if it's like, I feel like it's double standards with men, because if it was your son fucking, you'd be like, all right, bro.
hell
Like,
no, no. Like
he comes out, you're just like, all right, bro.
I'm like, why you disrespecting my house like that, bro? Get out.
All right. What are we at time wise before we get into this?
17.
All right, let's go ahead and check it. This next one's gonna be long, so let's just go ahead and check it. Bad thing. Is that what we're getting into before we get into it?
I'm not saying that because I don't believe that's true.
We're back.
Yeah, that's the topic.
I guess it.
Okay.
Once again, we're back.
Oh, hey, welcome back. Sorry, we had to discuss whether or not this was a good topic to get into. This is a question someone sent us, but honestly, it ties in well with what we wanted to talk about with the female guest who isn't here. But
Shout out to you.
yeah, thanks. But anyways,
We sound dumb butthurt right now.
I'm only butthurt because it was like I was like getting ready to leave.
Brandon is salt.
All right, bro.
Yeah, I was salt too, just because it was like an hour before.
Yeah. All right, bro. So what is this? Go ahead and read that.
So I'm gonna phrase it better. Why do you think being a feminist has a negative connotation to it, like a negative meaning and feeling behind it,
Getting into feminism. That's it.
to both men and just like a social aspect?
That's more of a discussion than a single question. Also.
I'm gonna keep it real. I don't understand because I really just don't care about it enough. Like, I'm not too concerned with other people's opinions, so I'm not gonna go ahead and bash somebody an unnecessary amount over just their specific views. Like, you're not, like, if your parent was to say have different political views over you, you're not gonna be like, all right, fuck you, parent.
Facts. I mean, as far as it having a negative connotation, bro, that's literally only because of social media and because of the way that some of these girls who say they're feminism are feminists, not feminine, yeah, you know what I mean. But girls that say they're feminists, but they really aren't, they just say it because it's a trend. So then they're just saying a bunch of nonsense on social media, so they sound stupid. And then when somebody logs in and sees that, they're like, oh, so that's what a feminist is. And then that's their idea of what a feminist is for the rest of the time. You know what I mean? They don't know what it really is and what real feminists are actually trying to fight for out here. So it's really just social media and the way that some of these girls that claim to be feminists but don't really know what they're talking about are spewing onto the internet.
Yeah, adding on to that, I think it's also just, kind of goes with social media, but it's different. Like just news channels in general, because you'll see like, I don't want to get in too deep about this, but like rape.
I do.
All right, well, rape allegations are.
I do not.
Okay, yeah, are a big thing now. Like, not saying like it's a common, like it just now started happening, but people are coming out more and more because they're getting support from other women, and then.
And then they're dropping the charges.
Yes,
I
think that's what affects it a lot, and I get why it happens. There's deeper like social context behind that of why that happens, and then you'll see some like wild ass videos. Like the other day on Twitter, I saw a bunch of just naked girls just yelling at the top of their lungs for no.
Yo, I did see that. That shit was crazy.
Wasn't there a reason to it? I thought they were marching.
There was no reason given, and I don't think many people take the time to learn about what feminism is and then the meaning behind the videos that they see. They'll just see some wild ass comments and then go off that.
Yeah, would it be reasonable for any group of men to get naked in the middle of the street and start yelling?
No.
Exactly. And it's not okay for women.
And then I think the ones that do get popular are the ones that are really, really toxic to the community, because I've seen one where a girl will just go around pouring bleach on a dude's crotch because they're man spreading, which is where you like just spread your legs because we got nuts between our legs, so we don't want to get sweaty or crush them. But they say like we take up too much space, and then she would just go down and like pour bleach on them.
Hey,
I would have to go ahead and pour bleach in her eyes.
I would have to fight her.
Yeah, I mean, and that's where it comes back to, like, that's not real feminism. That's just the internet-based feminism where they're just doing crazy things to get a reaction from people. Like, they're not really for any type of cause. Like, you're not finna change the world because you're running around pouring bleach on people's crotches, bro. Like, that's not finna set anybody forward. You know what I'm saying?
A positive outlook as well.
I have, I'm gonna go ahead and bring my aspect to the table. I'm gonna turn this because I got a little bit to say. I had to no, I just don't feel like leaning for this extended amount of time. So feminism is important. I think it's extremely important, but I think it's taken, like y'all said, incorrectly these days. Like, if you Google the exact definition of feminism, it's the advocacy. Let me read it out loud.
I got you.
No, I got it. I got it right here, bro.
I got
yeah. Everyone, shut up. The advocacy of women's rights and on the basis of the equality of the sexes. I don't know why that was
Episode
so hard to say.
7, we learned that Brandon cannot read.
Yeah, rough facts. I was tripping right there. All right, no.
First grade.
Everybody chill. No, I'm playing. Feminism has evolved over the years. Like, if you want to look at it in terms of times, there's first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, however you want to break it down. And then and being a feminist is not just being a female. You can be a male feminist. Like, the first female convention ever held was in Seneca Falls. I don't remember the year. I believe it was 1800s. And men were at that convention, and men signed that form because it wasn't just a push for women. It was a push for equality. Mm-hmm. And over time, I think it has evolved. Like y'all said, it's being almost totally mistaken as just crazy women. You know what I'm trying to say. Just everything y'all have discussed. And I think it's important that people realize that feminism isn't just the push for one particular thing, but more so it's supposed to be a bigger picture. But however, including people that claim themselves feminists are totally taking it the wrong way, and they're taking it as an excuse to almost degrade men in a sense.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to add. Too. It's evolved over time, and I think it's been kind of misconstrued because we got this whole thing like men are trash and stuff like that. Which, I mean, say what you want about men. I'm not gonna get into that one because that's a different topic for a different time. But yeah, with that going around, it's kind of like it's turned feminism from something like standard to something radical.
Yeah, and it's like it started off as a push for equality, and now it's a push for these silly things like you said, people manspreading. Like, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Like, let's focus on equal pay and equal representation in Congress and all that kind of stuff that actually matters, rather than somebody taking up too much space on the subway because they got their legs spread.
And don't take this as like us saying the majority of feminists are radical, because it's not. It's a select few.
It's not everyone focusing on dumb things and silly things like that, but like there are obviously a majority that don't see it that way. But I think especially social media and or just the media in general paints feminism as some radical form that is meant to be taken in a much more ridiculous manner than what it's meant to be. So, and then there are people that actually do make it ridiculous. Like, I mean, we can go all day with this, with how the media portrays things. So it's totally perceived the wrong way. But at the end of the day, feminism started as a push for more equal rights in terms of it started with the women wanting to vote more, and as well as women wanting to have more involvement in what was going on, especially because in those days, I mean, I'm just going to break it down real quick. In those days, women were the pure ones, right? 1800s, you got the men, you got the women, the white men and the white women specifically, because that's how it was back then. And then, so at my
Yo, we look like he had a rebuttal too.
yeah, okay. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. No, so there was the white man, the white woman, right? And the whole man's perspective or goal, the sphere, is that his job was to, one, bring home the money, two, keep the emotions off the table, and keep the outside world away from the woman. The woman has no business knowing what's going on outside. She doesn't need to know what's going on outside. And if you do bring that impurity in, then that's when it's totally, you're like, if you tell her about your day and the negative things in it and the outside world almost in a way, then you are affecting her purity. And then you've got like, that's why men often saw like prostitutes in the 1800s, because prostitutes weren't considered like women. They were considered like objects. Like objects or fallen women is what they were called.
I feel like men are still put into that category more so.
Yeah, that's a hot take, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep going with this real quick.
I feel like, I mean, no, because like women are obviously now are like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing, but
right.
Men are still like, it still seems like in society, men aren't supposed to bring that home. Like you were saying, like the outside world in.
Yeah.
Like it seems like, because I've never seen a grown man in my family, like with a group of people, talk about how his day was at work type shit.
All right, I'm not trying to turn this into a lecture, but I am gonna finish this little part. So the whole point is that men were drunk and they brought home money, right? In a very simple way, men were drunk, men were angry, they brought home money. They don't show feelings, right? Besides anger and, sexualism. And then women were just honest, pure, at home, innocent. They had, so women saw it as they used these spheres almost to their advantage. Like women were like, what the fuck? Like, obviously we can see more clearly as to what's going on around us. The more, I'm wording this poorly, the more pure side should have a say when it comes to politics and what's going on in our government. And then that came that push for the rights to vote. That was basically first wave feminism.
I kind of want to, excuse me. I kind of want to get into the point that Richie was making as well, about how he kind of feels like that's still a role that men have to play in society as far as not bringing things home. And I feel like that's more generational than anything, because as we grow in society and like things become more technologically advanced and social media grows, like guys aren't even bringing things home. They just jumping on the internet and putting on what happened at work and everything. So like everybody sees what everybody goes through. So it ain't even like, of course the older generation still keeps their things to themselves. And I mean, certain people, like I'm not finna jump on social media and air out everything that's going on in my day, but that's what a lot of people in our generation and the generation under us are doing. Instead of bringing it home to a person that they love, they bring it to social media and tell everybody about what's going on in their day. That's what they use as their therapy, which is really counterproductive. But
Just to get roasted on Twitter.
Yeah, I was about to say, y'all are wild for doing that because I hate to say it, but no one on the internet is y'all's friends.
yeah, bro, like it's extremely counterproductive because it's really gonna just be used against you at the end of the day, because that's what the internet does, bro. Like they're gonna make a meme out of you, and then that's why people get depressed, because they're getting cyberbullied when you kind of, like, it's gonna sound mean, but you set yourself up for that, bro. Like you don't have to get on the internet and post all that stuff. And I understand that some people feel like they don't have outlets and they don't have people that they can talk to, but the internet is not your friend, and it never will be, and it never has been. So I mean, you gotta find a better outlet than the internet.
Yeah, don't run to like Twitter or something like that, because there are social like groups for that on the internet. There are like, because they have like online AA meetings and like online like suicidal hotline things. Find those things. Don't go to like Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah,
That's
facts.
dumb. I hate to say it, but that's dumb, because people are getting roasted for having dead like relatives in their bio, and that's trash.
Yeah, for real, bro.
But to conclude that point, I think I'm ignorant in this aspect, but I think y'all need a prominent feminist voice, if that makes any sense. Like, I think
It doesn't.
It doesn't. I feel like
Wait, what was the statement?
He said he feels like
you need a
feminists being a prominent
Voice.
voice, like somebody that stands out and can speak.
like a strong like leader or group, because you got all the people in Hollywood standing up for they were standing for Colin Kaepernick, is basically what I'm getting at. You need like a social collective.
But then what if you get somebody like the female version of our current president, and you get all these people that are openly like that now?
You gotta be selective. We're not getting into that one. We're not getting into that one.
Yeah.
But nah, like, okay, I would say what you're saying makes sense, but it's also extremely impossible. Because even the Colin Kaepernick thing, that's already basically done. Like, who's still talking about that?
A lot of people. That's getting talked about on sports shows every single day.
Nike.
Still.
Nike is 100% talking about that.
Like,
I
yeah.
haven't heard anything about that since the start of the football season.
I
On a wide range, not just sports networks. Because when it first dropped, it wasn't just sports. It was Twitter. It was Facebook. It was all over social media.
I just like saw it like 2 days ago on Twitter, so I'm just like,
Nah,
I don't
bro.
know.
Well, bro, the thing is, like, nothing is gonna stick around on Twitter and Facebook that long, bro. Like,
Exactly.
it moves so fast. Like, bro, you gotta think, when all this police brutality was going on that sparked this Colin Kaepernick thing, a black man would get killed in the streets, and 2 days later, we're not talking about it no more.
Yeah.
And, like, that's a big thing. This man gets gunned down, unarmed, and we talk about it for 2 days, and then the movement's over.
It's like that with national tragedy too, like mass shootings and shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's just done after a week, bro. America's like the most rip off the Band-Aid country.
Yeah.
I see, when it comes to, damn boy,
I'm sorry.
Bro, you literally did that for like 2 solid segments.
when the but like when it comes to like feminism and stuff, I can speak on it a little bit more just as a historical perspective, because I've had to do a lot of research for it for certain projects that I've wanted to work on and stuff like that. But like, other than that, it's hard to talk about today, because I even tried talking to an actual established historian about it, and he's like, look, man, it's way easier to talk about something that happened in the past than it is something happening right now.
Yeah, because it's always constantly
course.
changing.
and everything's open to everything's open to. I can't think of the words, man. I'm fucking struggling this episode. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's all open to interpretation. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Y'all ain't helping me out at all.
I'm gonna let you struggle to get that one out.
But like, as far as like voices, like female voices, I think they're like, I get what you're saying. You need one established voice or a message established.
I think what you were saying was right. Just one figure.
We got the Me Too movement, but that's kind of like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's focused on one thing and one thing only.
And it's also a lot of false accusations happening in there too.
Yeah, and there's a lot of charges are getting dropped. It's just it's different social context for that one, so it's open for interpretation, like Brandon said, but it's not helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is helping in a sense. It's giving a lot of women the confidence to open up about those type of things that happen to them, but it's also opening up Pandora's box for people to take advantage of. Like, a lot of these famous people are just getting accused because they know that they're going to have to settle out of court for it, or they'll tarnish their image. And that's sad, because there's a lot of women that have gone through that and deserve to,
Be reimbursed. And
for the person that did that to them to be thrown in prison and never see the light of day again.
Yeah,
And that's the problem with today society. Like, everything gets watered down. Everything. Something as serious as rape and sexual acts against people that don't want it. Like, it's unwarranted sexual acts. Like, that's watered down, and that's like the worst thing in my book. That's the worst thing you could do to a person, and that's watered down. Like, there's nothing off limits these days.
And then even when the charges are real, like the guy from Baylor, I think, and the guy from Stanford. Yeah,
Bro.
when those charges got dropped and he got 3 months, that's very discouraging. So this whole movement goes on a deeper social level.
Yeah, with females, bro. You saw a dude get charged with raping some unconscious girl behind a house, and she was like, "Nah, I remember him making me pass the fuck out. I remember that shit."
And woke up in the middle type shit, and then 3 months, get out of here.
Exactly. Bro, as a girl, I'd be like, the fuck am I gonna spend hundreds of thousands for a lawyer and put myself in debt for nothing to happen?
Well, that's what happens when you're a white man going to Stanford and you have a rich dad. You get off easy.
That's big facts. But
Hey, the world sucks.
mic check though.
Okay.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm Brent.
Are you a fucking psychopath?
What is this?
Hey, you said you got it.
Yeah, for real.
Since another heel.
One episode.
He said one episode.
Let's get it, mate.
Alright, get that shit.
Oh, you're already recording.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh shit. Hey. All right, welcome back. I think this would be a good transition point before it gets too deep into what we're talking about and goes in the wrong direction. I think this is a good transition point. Like you were saying, we need figures, and I think we do have some figures at least in the realm of hip hop and stuff like that. We have important female figures, and some of which that are actually on, I would say, on a come up right now, like Tierra Whack. And then,
Would you say any of them are feminists though?
No name.
Beyonce.
there you go.
Yeah, that's
Lean
true.
into the mic when you say that, please.
I think I said it.
Say it one more time.
Okay, I would say Rihanna and Beyonce.
Queen Bee.
I like No Name.
Yeah, I was gonna say No Name.
I mean, she stands for black women, which is important in today's society as well.
I think I like Tierra Whack just more because she's on a just be yourself wave. She's just on a I don't care. Let's get it. Let's have fun.
I wouldn't say which one I like more, because I think I have to be in a certain mood to listen to either of them. Like Tierra Whack's 15-minute project, I gotta be in a mood to hear it. It's good. It's good as fuck, but I still gotta be in a mood to hear it. Same with yeah, nah, I do. And then same with No Name though. I have to be. She's very poetic.
Yeah, I definitely got to be in a mood for No Name to be real.
Nah, Tierra Wax album's like 15 minutes, so I can just kind of like breeze through that, like no problem.
Exactly. Like
Yeah, I like listening to Tierra Wax stuff. She be saying some nonsense that comes out so clean.
That mumbo jumbo song, that is hard. It's nonsense, but it's hard.
bro, that's all rap is. There's good rap right now is nonsense.
Facts.
For now.
Yeah.
Till Jay Neglect come out, you know what I'm saying?
Warm Enough on the album Surf by Donnie Trumpet is what put me on No Name. The third track.
What put me on No Name was her verse on The Waters. She had a song with Mick on The Waters, and she kind of spazzed on a verse. I'm not sure which song it was. I think it's Healer.
Yeah.
I would say Acid Rap put me on a No Name. Forgot she was on like what 2 or 3 of them, but
Yeah, I didn't like research her when I heard her on Acid Rap. I heard her verse on The Waters, and I was like, oh, who's this?
no, because I think she dropped Telephone like somewhere around that time.
Dude, Telephone's clean. Shadow Man goes so hard.
I love that song, bro. I literally listen to the song Shadow Man like 4 times a week.
Bro, that song's crazy. And then same with
Man.
do y'all know what I'm talking about though? When I said Warm Enough on Surf.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't heard Surf since it first came out.
I listened to Surf one time.
I know you.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Coach. I've listened to Surf like twice.
Y'all didn't fuck with Surf?
No, I did. It's just I didn't go back to it like that. There's a lot of albums I like, but I don't really go back to them.
Richie said he doesn't fuck with it.
I don't really fuck with it either. Like I like
It's
Sunday
alright.
Candy. but that's about it.
Literally.
Nah, bro. The whole concept of Surf is one of my top 3 albums all time.
I don't know. That's when like Chance was in that weird period between like Coloring Book and Acid Rap, and I was just not fucking with Chance during that time frame.
Oh no, I wasn't fucking with him after that time frame.
Yo, speaking of Chance, bro, saved someone from a burning car. Shout out Chance.
Did he really?
Yeah, but he like posted. He was like, "Oh, forgot to tell you guys, I saved someone from a burning car."
I'm like, this the most casual shit in the world.
Like, hey, I got a show in Atlanta tonight, but before I get to that, I was riding over to Atlanta and I saved someone from a burning car, guys.
See, that's why I don't fuck with. I just don't fuck with that, man. If you're gonna do some shit like that, bro, don't talk about it.
Yeah, like when you record yourself giving a homeless man $33.
Yeah,
corny.
if you've done that, you a hoe. I don't care who you are.
$33.
Exactly.
Because they put like a 20 on top to make the stack look fat and throw a bunch of ones on top and be like, yo, here's 33 bucks.
I got you, man. I got you.
Hey, it's love around here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We be handing it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big shout out to the homeless.
Why me?
You look kind of
Yeah,
homeless.
you look homeless.
No, I'm
You
just-
think God's plan made it cool, like that video?
I think it was, it was already popping before that, but God's Plan definitely amplified it, and the 6ix9ine video too.
I was about to say, like, I know it was like popular before about it, but we're kind of hating on it right now. But no one really hated on the God's Plan video.
No one hated on that shit.
But he wasn't. I mean, it was.
I didn't watch it.
It was corny in the sense of that he was like filming himself do all that, but he wasn't giving money to homeless people. He was like helping out colleges and like.
Everyone was giving out cars, and I was like, bro,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
let me meet Drake for a second.
I stand by what I'm saying here. I don't fuck with shit like that, and I will not watch shit like that.
Yeah, it is mad corny, bro. Like,
It's dumb. Like the beginning is like, here's our budget. This is how much we gave away.
I mean, shout out to you for doing good, but also fuck you for having to like flaunt. Sorry, I got a little aggressive there.
They need that.
it's selfish, bro. I mean, the Bible says that if you do things for other men, then you're doing it for yourself rather than doing it for what you should be doing it for. Like, it's really, you're putting on a show because it makes you look good to another man or another human being, which is not what you're supposed to be doing it for. You're supposed to be doing it because you genuinely want to do that for somebody. You don't have to tell other people and show other people that you're doing, hey, I'm doing a good thing. Like, that means you're doing it for yourself.
Right. And to be real, like I've never really talked about it. Every homeless guy that I've given something, bro, they don't give a fuck that I gave them that shit.
Yo, some homeless dude tried my ass. He came up to me. He said, "Yo, I'm hungry. I have pizza and it had pineapples and I think peppers on it." I was like, "Hey, bro, go ahead and take this." He's like, "I don't want that gay shit." And like, and proceeded to ask for money. I was like, "Bro, what?"
Yeah, I've had a homeless guy like, bro, we left TGI Fridays and had a bag of food from like leftovers from like everyone, like 4 or 5 people, and we saw this homeless dude and he like looked at it, he was like, "You have money?"
Yeah, they're bold.
Yeah. He looked at it, he's like, "I really don't want this. Do you have money?" But I mean, hey, at least he was honest about it. He probably already spent the money that he was asking for.
Oh, you gave it to him?
Fuck no.
Oh, I was about to say.
I mean, I get it. Like, sometimes money is going to be more important than food. But don't call my shit gay, bro.
People are upset about an insult.
It's like pineapple goes with pizza.
Bro, he came up on
It doesn't.
It pissed me off because he came up on a bike and I was just chilling, relaxing. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll give you pizza. You know, go ahead. And I was going to give him like a 10 on top of it. Man.
He said, "Never mind."
Yeah, I was like, nah. I was like, bro, you can either take this or you can walk.
Bro, I mean, personally, bro, like, unless I really like feel compelled to do that, I don't really be giving out stuff like that. Like, there was one time I was driving down the road and I seen this dude on the side of the road and he was holding up a sign that said "Just need food." And I was like, I was on my lunch break at work and I was like, all right. So I hit Panda Express, copped a little bowl and a drink and gave it to him, and he was grateful for it. But like, I'm not finna just walk around and give every person with a sign some money or anything like that, bro. Like, it really has to, like, I really gotta feel it to want to do that.
All right. Really funny story. Okay, so like about 2 years ago, my dad and I met this homeless dude, and the first time we ever met him, we were at Publix, and we gave him like a half a pack of cookies. Like, I took half the pack out and like put them in a bag, and then just gave him the rest of the pack. And like, he was like not really fucking with it, but he was a cool ass dude and was like talking with us and shit like that. But like, when we gave him the cookies, you could tell like bro was not fucking with it. Like, fast forward to now, we still give this dude food. Like, we still like go see him, shit like that, like hook him up. The other day, like 2 weeks ago, I gave him a cup of cookies, and I came back the next day and I was like, "Yo, Kenny, them cookies were good." And he's like, "I'm gonna be real with you, I've never liked cookies." And I was like, "Damn, bruh, I'm over here thinking you like cookies and give you that shit like quite often, and you're just like, not with it." But he like accepts it and he'll just like put it to the side and be like, "Thank you."
Hey, bro, do a mic check real quick.
All right, we back.
And we back.
And we back. But yeah, let's bring it back a couple steps. We got a little carried away right there. Let's bring it back to the female hip hop. You wanted to talk about Lauryn Hill.
I kind of wanted to like just bash hip hop in general about Lauryn Hill because I think that legacy is highly overrated, but I know that's not what we were trying to do.
Oh.
I think it's overrated because it's been one album, and I think, me personally, I think there's many better female artists than Lauryn Hill, and that's not to like put them against each other, but I can't call you the greatest female hip hop artist off of one album and one album only.
Yeah, that's like saying
feel that, bro.
Biggie. That's like saying Biggie's the greatest.
But shout out to her though, because she's really finessed like a whole culture off of one album.
I mean, the album is great, but I feel where you're coming from, bro. That's like saying that would be like saying Allen Iverson's the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, I feel
Would
like
you say he's not?
No.
Stop.
I feel like the longer you go on, the more your legacy has to be tarnished. I mean, look at Kanye.
Yeah, bro. I'm very scared for Kendrick's downfall.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like, Kendrick has yet to flop on anything. So is it gonna happen?
Nah, I'm not worried about that in the slightest, bro.
Real quick, Biggie. I just said that Biggie is probably overrated in a sense. Like, I see him as one of the greats, obviously.
I'd say Pac is more overrated than Biggie.
Yeah. We've talked about all that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Pac.
Oh no,
Biggie
that
better
was
than
the
Tupac.
episode that was muted. We did not talk about that on a podcast episode.
Oh, all right. Well, hang on. Anything else about female hip hop artists before we transition?
I would like to say Missy Elliott is my favorite female hip hop artist of all time.
Young M.A. had
Shout out to Missy Elliott, bro. She definitely changed the game, bro. For real though.
Young M.A.
Like for men and women.
Hey, shout out to Young M.A. as well. She could rap her fucking ass off,
She
bro.
really can.
I low-key want to produce for her.
Rhapsody too. I don't know if y'all know Rhapsody. but-
Rhapsody she might be the greatest female artist of all time. If we being real, she might be the greatest female rapper of all
And that
time.
whole like compilation drop she dropped with like J. Cole and all them.
Bro, yeah,
she is
she was
hard.
out of her fucking mind.
All right, bro.
I think she's the best.
She should even be considered in just female rappers.
No, I don't think she is, bro.
She should, like,
Yeah, and I think she's like on a.
She's
I think
transcended
She's just
that.
on a rap list right
yes,
now.
bro. Because I know like people like there's like a thing in hip hop where you like categorize female rappers and just take it there, but she like really like
Yeah.
trends.
She be rapping.
Yeah. Oh, you rap.
Yeah. For real though. But yeah, I want to talk about what you said about Kendrick.
Oh yeah. Well, I was just saying is like, I don't see Kendrick falling off, and I'd like to go ahead and say that Kendrick's better than Tupac and Biggie. That's
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kendrick is going to go down as the GOAT if he keeps up this trajectory.
I think he is a go right now.
I think he is too, bro, but like, you know what happens when you label somebody that when they still in their career.
He said Jay-Z's the GOAT.
I'm sticking with
I
you.
can-
Businessman, I agree.
Jay-Z,
Yeah. Like.
and I mean
overall.
his discography is wild too, let's be real. Jay-Z is probably the GOAT right now. It's like MJ and LeBron.
I don't like how.
Oh, that is a That's a MJ LeBron comparison.
Except Kendrick hasn't lost any finals yet.
What's going on?
Facts.
What's going on with J. Cole though? He just spent a whole year of. Oh well, he had his album drop earlier this year, but he was on hella features this
J.
year
Cole is coming
and
back.
killed all of them.
My problem with it is like I wanted to hear feature Cole on some albums.
Yeah.
Like the way he snapped, bro, he does not snap on his own shit like that. Like there was a few verses where I was like, yeah, bro, where has this been for like 4 years?
And I think that has to do with production. I think if he branches outside of his own production, I think we'll get that Cole back.
Yeah.
Big facts.
I feel you, bro. Like, Cole ain't rapping like that on his own projects. And I get it because his projects are more message based, but like, you can have a message and still turn up. You know what I'm saying?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Kendrick.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a pimp a butterfly
Who
indeed.
produces for Kendrick?
A lot of people, but I think like the in-house TDE producers are like Willie B and like
Ali.
Ali.
Oh, Ali, yeah.
Doesn't No ID produce for Kendrick sometimes?
Yeah, but No ID produces for
Hey, kick-
hella people, bro.
Facts.
No ID produces for all the great rappers. bro.
Exactly.
Facts.
Didn't wait. Yeah, No ID produced all of 444 for Jay.
he
Yeah.
did.
And there was like
That was a hard
there's a song on there that he had an interview. He was like, "Yeah, bro, there's not a single loop on this song. Like every 4 bars, this shit changes."
He produced that Story of OJ beat.
Yeah, he did.
Bro, that's one of the hardest beats I've ever heard, bro.
I forgot about
The
Ali,
games
bro.
we play is one of the hardest beats I've ever heard too, and hard piano.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
No ideas. Like, top 5 all time.
No ID, but a beat by beat.
That JID, but anybody. That boy album was hard.
Yo, JID shit was hard. Jids. He calls himself Jid. I'm gonna start calling him Jid.
Go ahead, Christian.
Oh no, I got it. You got it.
I don't want it anymore. I'm dropping my thought and leaving it.
Nah, pick it back.
You better pick your thought back up. Oh, there you go.
I don't like JID sound.
I feel like it's very. You could tell it's very influenced. Like I feel like he has yet to come into like we've yet to hear a project from him and be like, yo, that's JID shit.
Pause. JID's got bars. I don't want to be mistaken in any way. Like just like Jay-Z has bars, I don't really rock with Jay-Z either.
Yeah,
No, I get it. Jid's flow is kind of like flow and voice is kind of wild. It took me a while to get into Jid too.
And like
I heard working out, and that was what got. I was like, all right, bro, he got that shit now.
I heard 150 Rome, and I was like, all right,
Not yeah, like I heard all the fast shit, and I was like, yo, this shit go crazy. But then I heard that working, like I heard that whole what was it, DiCaprio 2 that he just dropped. That shit, bro. Like I really enjoyed it.
Who is on Dreamville besides J. Cole and Jid?
Boz.
Boz.
Boss.
He got somebody else.
Yeah, he got a couple.
He got a
people.
little roster, and they all 5.
Yeah.
He's got somebody
Oh,
else.
Earth
that-
Gang.
Huh?
Earth Gang.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Yo,
bro.
Earth Gang is mad slept on, bro. And
I was asleep on Earth Gang up until like 3 months ago. And Jason
Same,
put me
bro.
on.
When I had people send me music, someone sent me Earth Gang, and I was like, what what is
I was
this?
like, yo,
Gotta get
what?
Earth Gang.
bro, I heard Earth Gang like on Pandora, I think.
Yeah, you said you heard of it in like school, right?
Yeah, I heard him like senior year.
I just wanted to say R.I.P. to good music. It was a good run.
No pun intended.
Big Sean come back this year, bro. Nah,
Sean.
Big Sean.
Big Sean
He's about
is-
to pick good. He's about to pick good up, bro. Watch.
And then leave
what-
them.
It's about to be riding
Later.
on Pushes and Big's back.
Yeah, I don't think Pusha will. I think Pusha will finesse it and have Big Sean stay.
God, I hope so.
I'd be out of there, bro.
Pusha finna drop Kanye.
2 Chainz is on there too, isn't he?
Is 2 Chainz still good? I'm not sure.
I think he is, bro.
The label. Talking
John
about the
Legend
label.
might not be. I think John Legend might have dropped out of good music.
All right, bro.
Bro, hold up. Speaking of this good music shit, what y'all think about Kanye flipping back to the Trump fence, bro? Like, how crazy
Bro,
is
pick
he?
a side and run with it.
Yeah,
Yo,
fucked up.
he just released shoes. What do you think he was gonna do?
I can't stand Kanye West, bro. He's a clown.
That's my charger.
Facts, bro. Like he's gone from how you gonna switch up? Like, okay, you stand for what you believe in. Fine, whatever. I'm here for the music, but it's at this point it's getting hard to listen to your music, bro. Because he talks about that real life, like his opinions and how people feel about him in his music now. And it's like, bro, that's not what I'm trying to hear.
I feel like that could go back to that Lauryn Hill conversation when Christian was like, yeah, I don't know how people can consider her one of the greatest. Kanye's only considered one of the greatest because he's produced all his shit.
Yeah.
I'll put
Facts.
bro,
yeah,
if Kanye was not the producer of all his albums, he low-key wouldn't. He would still have classics, but he would not have the. He wouldn't have the same impact because that was his shit coming out. They were like, "Yo, this dude made all of the Jay-Z's
Wire,
shit, made a bunch of Jay-Z's greatest beats, and he's a rapper."
How do you
yeah.
how do you feel about this Kanye and Drake thing though?
Yo, Drake got fucking shooters now
Hey, bro.
in Calabasas and shit.
Hey,
do it for Louis back.
all I know is he finna bust a right, bro. That's all I know. Cut the lights, bro. It's on site.
Drake just beefed up with security. He's scared, bro.
He
He's
really-
sleeping.
Drake scared?
Kanye ran when TMZ was like, "Hey, Kanye." Like, come on, bro.
Bro, Drake is not scared, bro.
Bro, y'all gotta keep those
That
goofy
shit
ass
was
laughs
gone
off
with the
podcast.
wind, bro.
He said,
That shit was gone with the wind for real. That shit had me dead as fuck. Kanye thought somebody was about to kill him for real.
But nah, Kanye's only doing this Trump shit because he's not selling anything. You notice how he apologized over the summer and he dropped all 7 things and then kind of disappeared.
I thought
and
he
then
was
went
still,
right back to shoes.
I thought he apologized after all those drops.
no, he did apologize like right before it, and then
Speaking of that, I weirdly did see like 7 Instagram stories with Yeezys on them yesterday.
bro,
He just dropped one on the 27th.
I can't stand
All them shit's ass.
bro.
Oh.
I really can't stand
I'd wear
Kanye
The
them.
West.
new ones, bro.
Too.
The new ones.
Sorry, bro. I'd
The
wear, I'd wear
500s or the
Yeezys.
700s?
7.
Shut up, bro.
7s are pretty ugly.
Brother, you do not own a pair of Yeezys.
No, I said I'd wear them.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I would wear like the 350s.
Now I'm about to cop a pair, just to.
You better not give that man any money.
Oh,
Yeah, that's.
I'm giving the reseller money. Thank you.
Yeah.
facts. Big facts.
Yeah,
That's
so
how
you
we go.
can spend $3,500 on them when they resell.
Bro,
They're
low.
cheap.
Yeah, Yeezys are cheap on Flight Club. Well, not cheap, like 500 now compared to like
Nah,
3,000.
if you go to this one app called Goat, they have them for like the same price.
Damn, that's crazy for like retail and shit. That's
Yeah,
wild.
they're really ass. Like,
Bro, I'm not copping none of that, bro.
I'll never wear them here, but
He said, "I'll never wear them here."
Bro, you know what merch I thought was clean as fuck, and I did have some stuff. I'm cap. Was social experiment type stuff, and I was really happy when like J. Cole was all on that and stuff like that. But now I feel like social experiment's kind of less relevant than it was. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say
the
that?
SOX thing.
Yeah, SOX.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really,
that shit
they
was
had
hard.
a bomber jacket like a couple years ago. That shit was hard.
yeah.
Speaking of merch, I want to talk about something that was brought up when I was at Passion, and it's something called the End It movement. it's like,
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about the X.
yeah, bro, like slavery is still like real prominent in the world right now. It's actually more prominent than it's ever been, like in history. There's more people in slavery right now, and of course it's because population inflation. But still, bro, like in 2018, 2019, we shouldn't still have people in slavery and being sold into sex trafficking. And there's a movement called the End It movement, and it's starting to wake up, like even the officials in government, because so many people are backing it. So I just want to give a shout out to them. Everybody look them up on Instagram or whatever. I'm going to be copping some merch from them soon. So just wanted to bring that up.
No,
That's a good movement to bring up.
that's an important movement to bring up.
Yeah. That would have been fire if we would have finessed that in there like 30 minutes ago in the conversation.
Yeah, I just thought about it when y'all started talking merch because I was about to buy it there, but then the line was crazy, so I'm finna buy it online. But it's definitely, it's crazy that that's still happening today, bro.
That's that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Especially because it's like children most of the time.
For sure.
So I just want to give a shout out to them. February 7th is going to be a big End It movement, so y'all look into that, do some research, and just do what you can, do what you
Speaking
want.
of research, bro, next time we try to dive into a big topic like we did today, we should like heavily research so we can like for real sit down and talk about it for like an hour straight.
I
Yeah.
don't think we're the, not to downplay us, but I don't think a group of men were the right group to talk about
Oh no,
feminism.
feminism. I wanted a female perspective. Like
That was absolutely the intention today.
yeah, that was the intention today, and we get it. Life happens.
We'll bring it back up when we get a female on the show. But I mean, also like, as far as feminism go, like, we don't want to limit a female to just talking about feminism. I want to hear their perspective or a woman's perspective on a lot of things. So I want to have a female on the show more than just one time. So
Oh yeah, of course.
and it can be different, the same, whatever. I mean, we'll get all that worked out, but we definitely want to have
It's just
women
some things like
perspectives.
we can do all the research we want. At the end of the day, your opinions mean less in certain categories
Yeah.
when it comes to certain topics.
Yeah, for sure.
But I still think we should have a subject where we do like, extensive research. I think that'd be actually fun to dive into because as of right now, we're just going off of general knowledge and stuff we've researched in the past, whether it be for us with college and stuff like that, and then just general stuff. Yeah. So, but like, you know, there's always something we can dive into. And that being said, like, we really need more perspectives on the show when it comes to those types of categories. And like, if y'all ever want to talk about sports, once we start popping off a little bit more, obviously you're going to want someone else other than just you two, because or
I don't
maybe
know, bro. Jason and I could probably body a good 3.5 hours talking about sports.
No lie.
yeah, bro. But I'm sure it'd be cool to have.
We might need
No, we're not doing any collaborating. No.
We're gonna need a mediator, like first take.
we are gonna need somebody like that. It's gonna be like, all right, chill out. Mic check, please. All right. Anyway, back to this merch thing. Do y'all have like a piece of merch or something from an artist, or do you have like a favorite that an artist has dropped, even if you don't like personally have it?
Yeah, I had 2 Social Experiment hoodies, which is, if y'all don't know what the Social Experiment is, it's like it was basically like Donnie Trumpet's movement, along with like he had people on it like Chance the Rapper was a huge figure on it, obviously big supporter of it. J. Cole was on the Social Experiment. Stop. And then but yeah, it was just a bunch of, and it was cool. I had some merch of that, and then also like my friend gave me a from the last concert I went to, my friend gave me a Logic t-shirt, which was cool. It's like the Rick and Morty one too, so I like Rick and Morty.
You
Bah.
like Logic too.
Yeah, you love Logic.
I don't love Logic, guys. I'm sorry.
I've had Logic merch when I went to his concert when he dropped the Incredible True Story. I've had Kid Cudi merch, and I've had Mick Jenkins merch, and that's the only artists I've bought merch for. Mick Jenkins merch was like, I really love that shirt, bro, but I wore it to where like the back is tore up now, but it's like The one I got is a navy blue shirt, and it's got like a little heart up here in the corner, and on the back it says, "Tell your local haters spread love." I love that, John.
Oh, speaking of which, that was the Human Component was a hard album.
Yeah, we had to put Brandon onto that the other day.
The other day.
It took me a while to get into, but
2 months ago, my ass.
It
Like,
probably was like a month ago.
What?
Like
had to-
drowning.
yeah, we had to put him on. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I'm
The song
bugging.
Drowning?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
on
Odd
THC.
Odd Future merch. I had Odd Future merch when I was younger.
I think every white boy has had Odd Future merch except for me.
Oh my goodness.
It's because I'm clear.
I think the only merch I had that I've ever bought was the Kanye merch when he did like the Kobe Bryant shit.
Okay.
Just because I thought it was hard. And then merch that I got from like a local artist in Orlando was of the similar vein, but it was about UCF. And I don't go to school, but I fucked with it.
I don't. See, Odd Future's hard, bro. Like,
Bro, y'all about to kill my ass for like 15 minutes when I tell y'all the craziest merch I've ever gotten,
Bro.
bro.
Odd Future put me on to so many good artists, though. It put me on to, like, Damo Genesis, that album he dropped.
Sweatshirt.
I like Earl Sweatshirt is good, bro. Don't get me wrong, but he's not.
You were clearly about to say, I don't really fuck with Earl Sweatshirt. Just say
He's
it.
the hardest member in Odd Future.
Nah, bro. I fuck with Damo more than I do Earl Sweatshirt.
I do too, but I want to hear this merch that Richie bought.
Yo, this shit funny as hell. All right, bro. So when I was like 11, 10 maybe, bro, y'all about to go crazy on my ass. I was dumb into wrestling, like hella into wrestling. This man, John Cena, dropped a fucking album, bro. And I had a shirt of his fucking shit, bro. That bitch said, hustle, loyalty, respect. I'm dead ass, bro. Yo, that's crazy.
All right, bro. Turn it off. We're not gonna.
Let's just have a moment of silence real quick before we cook Richie.
Bro, and I used
3
to...
seconds. I want 3 seconds of silence. All right,
How
bro.
much was it?
Bro, it was like a $25 shirt.
We really sat for 3 seconds.
Now, really,
I'm so sorry.
were you hustling though?
I was 10. I wasn't.
So were you hustling?
I wasn't even hustling in the sports I was playing, bro.
Could they see you though?
This dude bought an extra large shirt and wore it with South Pole jean shorts.
Big South Pole like boot cut jeans, not even jean shorts.
Fifth grade, my parents got me this big ass Bob Marley shirt. It was all black, and it was smoky, and all it was Bob Marley sitting like this with a gold ring.
That's hard.
Bro,
Hold on.
yeah, but just picture a little white boy running around in a big
Bob
ass.
Marley.
I picture. He was definitely.
Picture Bradley right now, bro.
He was definitely wearing a big Bob Marley T-shirt and like some etnies.
I was probably wearing some cargo shorts and
Some
Tommy
thick
Hawks.
Heelys.
Ooh, Heelys were the shit.
What are those big ass tongue shoes called? Like
Osiris.
Cyrus. Yeah.
I don't know what those are.
That's what Richie was wearing with his John Cena shirt and his jean shorts.
Bro, I was rocking the DCs with the John Cena shirt. Don't get it fucking twisted.
With the jean shorts that's faded in the middle only. They dark blue on the sides.
With the fucked up paint pattern to make it look cool and shit. Oh my god.
With a big ass patch on the left back pocket.
And you know the shoes didn't match anything he was wearing. Like the shoes
we're
was
still
like
roasting
neon
me?
green.
I like spaced out and I came back. That's how long that roast was.
Oh my gosh, bro.
We gotta talk about how our parents dressed us when we were kids.
Yeah, hey mom, what was your problem?
Like I know kids don't care, but come on, bro, you
Bro,
care.
My mom let
Overalls
me.
in a bowl cut.
My mom let me wear some red and white shoes, and I seen some shoelaces that were blue and white, and she let me lace my red and white shoes with some blue and white. with
America.
Yeah, bro. I was like,
Wow,
I got, bro. You don't even know how much I went to JD, bro. I got cooked for that. I never wanted to wear them shoes again, bro.
JD was rough times, bro. I got roasted all the time.
Yeah, I was like 8 years old, bro, and my sisters dressed me in a red hoodie, red sweatpants, red Nike Air Force Ones, a red bandana, and a Los Angeles Angels hat
I used to
In New York.
in New York. And my parents said nothing.
Yo, Richie walked out and they was like, "Hey, cuz, where you from? What you repping?
No.
Hold on, I got some.
Where you banging, bruh?
What side you from?
Man.
What street you from, bruh?"
You know those Kool-Aid shirts?
I'm gonna tell you where I'm from. You gonna tell me where you from?
Y'all remember those Kool-Aid shirts?
Nah. Oh yeah.
I
Like
had
the
a-
Elmo shirts, basically.
Yeah, I had a big old purple one.
I knew you was gonna say you had the purple one. I knew you was gonna say that because everybody had the purple one, bruh.
I had purple
I've seen some green ones.
I knew.
and white shoes. And I walked out of high school with that shit on.
High school.
Yo.
This man was looking like Barney, bruh.
With the perfect afro. Oh my goodness, bro.
Imagine the head to toe, bro.
You got a pic, bruh.
I got a pic.
All right, bruh. Can you send it to him and we'll post it on the video, bruh?
Oh man.
Bro, we can put it up on the video.
I used to
Yo.
do some wild shit, bro.
I got a pic I'm gonna have to post up too because I definitely have a picture from when I was in middle school and I was wearing a yellow shirt with some black and like bright blue shoes. Like those were my school shoes. I bought some
when
shoes
Wiz
that don't
Khalifa's
match
song was
anything.
popping.
Hold up, I think I got
That's when Black and Yellow was popping with Wiz Khalifa, so we thought he was hard as fuck.
Bro, my shoes were blue and my shirt was yellow.
I heard black.
It was a Nike shoe and like the shoe was black and the check was like bright blue and the shoelaces was blue and I was wearing those with everything. I matched nothing. I never
Fucking out here, my G.
That's getting posted. Your mama said, "Get against the wall, son. I'm gonna need this pic in like 10
Hold on,
years."
is the South Pole fit?
South Pole.
high school, bro.
Yes.
Bro, you look like you about 8, bro.
I know, bro.
That's
I'm
wild.
gonna keep it real. I looked like I was 8 until I was 17, so I'm not gonna say shit.
Puberty hit late.
As fuck,
Nah,
bro.
bro, I didn't look like that when I was in.
My voice was still like this until I was 17.
Brandon voice still like that sometimes.
That shit was wild.
Anyways, bro, we are off on a tangent on some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Do we have any more topics to talk about right now?
I think we're at a good stopping point, bro. This episode went from deep to not at all.
This was fun though, man. I liked this episode a lot. It was entertaining.
It's important that we get that picture up. by the way.
Yes, for sure. You will see some pictures. We might have a slideshow at the end of this, just cooking ourselves, but we'll see, man. The glow up is real.
Yeah, we should do that. Well, the glow up didn't really work out for some of us. Jason, I'm sorry, but
I'm cleaner than all y'all
You
boys.
only got a glow right here, bro. Like right around your neck.
every episode.
72 minutes in, and it still got slid in.
Jesus. I don't think it came up last night.
It did not.
Hey,
That's because I wasn't here.
I don't know, bro. This man over here.
Nah, bro. Yesterday was funny as hell.
Yeah, that died.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah.
Yesterday was our best episode. I'm just kidding. It wasn't, but it was a good one.
We're kind of 72 minutes in, so we ain't gonna talk about it now. But
Sorry.
I was in Passion at Passion 2019, and we'll talk about that on next episode since we're so late in the podcast. But it was amazing.
I want to
and,
talk about religion.
Yeah, we can bring all that up. But
That's a good topic.
it was amazing. So y'all look it up and see what happened there, man. It definitely was awesome seeing that many people doing the same thing, worshiping.
As far as
All right, so I'm your host, Richie, and this has been the neglected. Nah.
as far as the beginning of the episode, thank you, Kilana, for sending us in your work.
Thank you. It was great, amazing work.
It was dope as hell. We would like more people to reach out to us just like that. Our email is theneglectedvision@gmail.com. Send us anything you want except dick pics. And
Yeah, send those to Brandon's DM.
no. Nah, but for real, thank y'all for sending us your work. We really enjoy looking at it, especially local artists. That's a big deal to us, especially since we have some local artists.
Yeah, man.
in
Send
our
music, art, man. Whatever you work on.
No one important in this room. So, but for real, Richie just last week dropped his Neglected EP. Check that out for sure. Hopefully by then it'll be on Apple Music. We're just waiting on Mick Jenkins
Yeah.
to approve it.
Shout out to Mick
Yes,
Jenkins
bro,
for the
but
feature. Though.
this drops a week after the one we recorded yesterday. So, yeah, we got ahead of the game this week. But yeah, thank y'all for sending us your work. Be sure to continue to do so. The questions, send in the questions, all that good stuff, man. Doesn't even have to be, it can be quick answers, you know what I'm saying? That's what we'd prefer. I think this week was a little weird.
We got a little wild.
We did get a little wild.
On both episodes.
If you'd like, I had some people reach out to me about wanting to be on the episode. If you'd like to do that, hit us up as well. We'd like to meet with you, talk to you for a little bit first to see what you can bring to the table as far as what we're talking about, and then we can get you on here.
You must have an 8 out of 8 approval in the Neglected Vision household.
Yeah, it's an actual democracy, you know what I'm saying? Not the American version.
This is a dictatorship, sir. I make the decisions.
So anyways,
Yeah.
thank y'all for...
Seriously though, thank y'all for watching, thank y'all for listening, thank you for support, all of that.
Video this time.
And we got the video. Sorry about the visual inconsistency. Richie fucked up last week. Nah, but yeah.
Just for him saying that we're not uploading.
I'm gone for a week and everything goes downhill, man. I won't leave y'all again.
Yeah, bro.
Watch us get like 3,000 for no reason. Oh, he ain't on it? Play. Nah, but yeah, this is a good point to wrap up. This has been the Neglected Vision podcast. And we will, you'll hear...
He waited till I finished.
I did wait. And you'll hear us, we'll hear from you. You'll hear from us next week.
God bless.
Yeah, I haven't been able to read or talk this episode. Go ahead.
All day.
All day. Stop.
All day.
All right, bro. Thank y'all.
Hey, appreciate it.
Deuces. 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 Deuces.